Hi guys, so welcome back. So today is the first video of my new series, Cooking with Magda. Yes, cooking with me or baking with me. If you are following me on the Instagram, you probably saw throughout the past year or so, especially on the Instagram stories, I post a lot of my kind of cooking, baking, dishes I like to share with you. So today we'll be making muffins. They're not gonna be ordinary muffins, they're gonna be a healthy muffin. Sugar-free muffin. We're not gonna use a straight sugar. We're gonna use something else, the monk fruit, okay? And they're not gonna be made with the flour, they're gonna be made with the oat flour, which I'm gonna also show you how to make. So yes, the recipe, everything will be posted in the description box. I guess we have to start. Let's go to my kitchen. Okay guys, I'm gonna walk you first through the things that we need. Okay, so obviously we're gonna make 12 muffins, so you need some kind of a pan, and I like to put those little liners in here, so that's what I do. We will need also 3 very ripe bananas, so because these are gonna be banana muffins. Here's the oats. These are the old-fashioned oats, and we're gonna actually I'm gonna show you this. I put it in this little container here because I'm going to grind them and just make a flour out of it. So we need 2 cups of this, and I will just do it in my trusty Ninja. So I'll do it in just a second, and I'm gonna show you how it looks. We'll need 2 eggs, so we'll need some baking powder, baking soda. As a substitute of sugar, you can use either stevia, about 3 tablespoons. So you can use this, or you can use a monk fruit. This is what I am using recently. And the monk fruit that I like to use is this one. This is the whole package. It comes from a Costco, but you can also buy it in Walmart, anywhere. You'll need some vanilla extract. So this is the pure vanilla extract. You will also need some, something to put in your muffins. So what I have in here is just a bunch of walnuts. I do have some golden raisins, as well as Lily chocolate chips. These are the semi-sweet style baking chocolate chips, and these are the less sugar option, no sugar added. So you can also get it in Walmart. We'll also need half a cup of oil, and I'm using olive oil. This is not extra virgin olive oil, this is just regular cooking olive oil. So that's what I have in here. And the very last thing, of course, the fall is coming, you guys. So we can put some cinnamon. So this is, and you can put as much as you want, probably 1 teaspoon, or it's really, if you don't like it, you can skip it. It doesn't really matter. But I do like to put some cinnamon in my oatmeal banana muffins as well. So this is how my oatmeal flour looks like after I blend it. So this blender comes very handy because you'll need to blend the oats in order to do that recipe. So anything that has, protein kind of a blender, that would probably help to have. So I'm gonna use my fork just to kind of crush those bananas a little bit. You don't have to completely crush them, I like to have some texture. So yeah, I would suggest not to, make it too mushy. I like when they have some texture, just like so. Okay, so I'm gonna add 2 eggs to my bananas. So obviously I'm trying to keep the wet ingredients here together, and I'm gonna mix the dry ingredients with here with that flour. So I'm gonna put this, and then we need some vanilla. I always eyeball it, so you can put as much as little as you like. So let me just give it a mix, and again, I'm just using a fork. You don't need any special equipment here, so I'll just do a quick mix. If you don't like to use any of those, stevia or of the monk fruit, you can obviously use honey, like 3 maybe tablespoons of honey instead of any sugar substitute. I'm using 3 tablespoons of that monk fruit. it works great for us, and it's really, it works. Okay, so I'm gonna add some oil. So this is a half a cup of oil. I'm gonna give it a good mix as well. So that's pretty much, I think these are all my wet ingredients, and you can tell that banana, see, there is some texture. I didn't completely like mush them. I like when there is some texture in the muffins. So now I'm gonna prepare my dry ingredients. I did add a pinch of salt, by the way, to that flour. So now we have to, I'm gonna put some cinnamon here, and again, you can put as much as little as you want, or you can just skip this completely, but we like cinnamon, so I'm kind of going for it. And again, I'm just gonna, you know, just try to save yourself another bowl. So I'm just mixing everything in here, and it will be just fine. So we need a 1 teaspoon of baking powder, and then we need a half a teaspoon of baking soda, which I have it in here. So I'm just gonna take half of it, I'm gonna put in there. I'm gonna give a good mix again. So this is how the mixture looks right now. So this is pretty much all my dry ingredients, and I'm gonna put those dry ingredients onto my wet ingredients. All right, so I'm just gonna dump everything in. There we go. And I'm just gonna mix it all together. So at this point, I'm gonna start using, you know, like a silicone spatula, so I can mix it very, very well. Make sure I get the sides and the bottom. So this is how the batter should look like. It's pretty, you know, it's not too runny, but it's also not super, super thick. So what are we gonna do now? We're gonna add our mixture of of nuts and raisins. You can also add like a cranberries in here, anything that you really like. You can basically put dry apricots maybe. I have probably about a cup and a half in here, because I like to have a lot of, you know, texture in those muffins. So this is what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna gently kind of fold it in. So just like so. So everything is nicely covered. All right. And I think we are ready to put our muffins into our muffin molds. I use an ice cream scoop basically, and I'm just gonna go with one at first. And I'm just gonna, and then if I need, I'm just gonna add some more. But it should be, this recipe should make like easily 12 muffins. So this is how the muffin looks like. So I basically filled them up almost to the top, and it was enough butter for 12 muffins. Look, this is all pretty much empty. So I'm gonna put them now in the oven. Alright guys, so this is the finished product. Those are the muffins. Look how beautiful. I end up baking them about 24 minutes, but you really have to check, you know, with your oven, just to use a wooden skewer, you know, just to make sure that there are no, you know, that the skewer comes out dry basically. So yeah, but that's how they're gonna look like. I'm gonna let them cool a little bit because I just took them literally out of the oven. So I'm gonna let them cool before I put them on the rack to completely, you know, kind of cool down before you can eat, because I don't want to burn myself. So you guys, look at this beautiful, beautiful oat banana muffin. Oh, and you can see all those little goodies that I put in there, a little bit of chocolate and nuts and the raisins. Oh, this is stunning. I'm gonna take a bite. I love the texture of these muffins. I just love it. If you look inside, Look how squishy and moist those muffins are because of the, you know, bananas, and they are not dry, they are perfect. And there's just the right amount of sweetness. Those 3 tablespoons of monk fruit that I put in there is just enough. These are heaven. These are so good. You really need to try it. My kids are gonna love it again. I treat this as a little healthy snack, you know, for me. So I feel less guilty eating these than just the regular muffins. Alright guys, I'm gonna end the video here. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm gonna include the recipe down in the description box. This is not my recipe. That's just a disclaimer. It's not my recipe. I found this years and years and years ago on the YouTube somewhere. I completely forgot who owned this recipe, but I'm just recreating basically someone else's recipe. I copy it to my good notes, you know, my little app on my iPad, and I basically, every time I make it, I just look at the recipe. So it's very simple to make. Again, as long as you can grind that oats, you know, into flour, it's no brainer. Such an easy recipe, and they always work the best. All right guys, thank you so much. I hope you have a wonderful day. Of course, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.